the funny thing, I don't know, this is actually really depends, I think, right? But for me, right, I don't know how many times I say this already, but streaming is actually not a job for me. Like, if you feel like, oh yeah, but you get the money from streaming, maybe that's okay. Maybe that's something like if you ask me to be like a full-time streamer but not in whole life, maybe I gonna be like burn out. But in whole life, I feel like I'll never be burned out of streaming, because the real job is not the streaming itself. So yeah. So streaming is always the thing that I wanna do. Streaming gonna be the thing that even if Amchan asked me, not even if, Amchan asked me several times about what is your happiness, what makes you happy in whole life, I always say that streaming. What you don't like in whole life, kerja kamu jadi idol kan lah. Iya, idol stuff is my job. Streaming is not my job, because the other responsibilities are more stressful, so streaming is an escape. That's true. It's just about the mindset though. Yeah, one thing that I wanna say is, like, maybe if I'm not in whole life and I'm just like a normal, casual, usual streamer, YouTuber, probably I'm gonna be stressful and I'm gonna be getting burnout from streaming. But since I'm in whole life, I don't think streaming can be giving me stress. Nah. Kalau streaming doang tanpa kerjaan lagi pasti bosen. Iya, kalian ngerti kan maksudnya gitu loh. Gitu. Karena masih banyak kerjaan lain gitu yang selalu membuat streaming itu menjadi hal yang menyenangkan gitu. Streaming adalah alasan aku tidak mengerjakan PR. Yeah, the only thing that put me in pressure is sponsorship streams actually. Right? Because sponsorship stream, you have the responsibility, you have something to achieve, you need to be like I don't know, you need to deliver something. Yeah. But other than that, it's fine lah. You're so passionate in your hobbies lah. I hope you don't get burnout from it. Speaking of which, how do you deal with burnouts? I'm so lucky that I'm in the position, in the job, that I can actually talk with my managers, that I'm not capable of doing the work. So for me, being here, being in whole life, it feels like I have the capability of saying that I'm not in the right mind to do my homework, but I'm not taking it for granted. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, right? Like, when I'm feeling very terrible of myself, I can just chat Amchan and say, Amchan, I'm really sorry, but I don't think I can do this. And can you give me some time? Because I don't think if I force it, it's gonna be good too. Like, the quality, I mean. So yeah, that's a good privilege to have. Yeah. So but it's not something like, you know, and then usually they're gonna be like asking us about like, okay, fine, how long do you need? And I will not take that for granted. I'm so grateful that happened. Like, that happened as in the chance, you know, like the chance to have the proper time to heal, to recover. So but when I say, okay, fine, I can work on it probably next week. So by next week, I will be taking full responsibility to submit it, to work on it. So yeah, that's a kind of actually a privilege to have, I think. So it's not really hard for me to deal with the burnout kind of thing. So yeah, it's just the communication. I think they will understand. I have the management that can understand. I think it's not always gonna be like a happy work environment. Of course, I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything, but I feel like I'm happy to be here, so that's all matters, I guess. Yeah. Kyla does not burn out, she burns in. Yeah, I burned everything. I burned the burnout. That's cool, right?